Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Riley's down for her nap. You might hear her like singing in the background because I have the monitor. I'm watching her. This little guy is, for now, asleep in his carrier. So while I have a few minutes, I thought I would share with you guys what I actually used from my hospital bag. You guys have been asking me that question. You guys wanted me to film this video, and I obviously haven't had a chance to sit down and film it for you guys. Now the baby boy is almost a month old, I know that I owe it to you to share it with you guys. So I'm trying to look at the list of things that I told you guys I was packing. I do have that video, by the way, if you guys want to just check out all the things that I decided to pack for my hospital bag. I'll link it down below. And then I also have, obviously, my labor and delivery vlog where I'm in the hospital. You guys can see that entire experience. And then I have two other videos from like actually in the hospital, like his first whole day in the hospital and the second day that we were there before we left. And in those videos, I share a lot of like what the hospital actually gave me. So if you guys want to see what the hospital experience looks like, make sure to check out those videos too. I will also link them down below. So let me try to speed through this before one of my children decides that this video is not gonna happen. Okay, first and foremost, number one thing that I used in the hospital was the adult diapers. I absolutely love them, so I'm super happy that I decided to give them a try. Last time with Riley, I did not use the adult diapers. I just used the mesh panties. As soon as I gave birth, they already had one of like the mesh panties like ready to go for me. So I used it like for like a few hours. And then as soon as I got to the recovery room and I just had time to kind of like just fix myself up and just get in my pajamas and all of that, then I switched to the adult diapers and I love them. Something else that I'm really glad I had there was the Earth Mama bottom spray. I tell you guys about that in all of these like postpartum care videos. They did provide me with Dermaplast at the hospital, but I don't like Dermaplast. I've always preferred the Earth Mama bottom spray, and everything that I talk about, by the way, I will link down below in case you guys want to check it out. Nursing bras I definitely use in the hospital. I'm super glad that I bought that pack from Amazon. It came with 3 nursing bras, and obviously I was nursing this little guy non-stop those first couple days in the hospital, so I'm glad that I had those there. They were super comfy, so I highly recommend packing just a few. I think I maybe went through 2 of them. I mean, I was only there for 2 days, so don't go crazy packing clothes, packing bras, because hopefully if all goes well, you're not going to be there for a super long time. The Earth Mama nipple butter, that is something that I actually used, and I used it only like the first couple days. Right now Jackson is a great nurser. Like, I don't have a lot of pain when it comes to breastfeeding, but like the first couple days when you're just getting the hang of it, if you're intending to nurse, your nipples can get a little bit like chafed and they could bleed and they could just be uncomfortable. So those first couple days, like while we were getting the hang of it, I really liked how it felt on my nipples. I don't know how else to say it. And so that helped me, and so I'm glad that I did pack that. I did use the socks that I packed. I put them on like when I got into like the labor and delivery gown that they give you at the hospital. But then once my doctor came in and like started like checking me for dilation and stuff, she's like, you might want to remove your socks because they could get full of all the stuff that's gonna happen here. So she's like, if you don't care to get them ruined, you can leave them on, but I'm just telling you that if you leave them on through the whole delivery process, there's a good chance that they could get ruined. So at that point I just decided to take them off, and then I just held on to them like for later on when I went into the recovery room and all of that. I did use my slippers that I am obsessed with. Like to this day I use those slippers like almost every single day. I love them. They are the comfiest, coziest slippers that I own. Other thing that I used is this like robe cardigan, which I think I've pretty much been wearing this like every day since I came home from the hospital, but I did use it in the hospital too. It's just like the comfiest, coziest sweater robe thing that I own, so I'm glad that I took that. I also used the pajamas that I packed. I loved having a couple different pajamas to change into while I was still at the hospital. The ones that I had were all like button front tops. They were like long sleeve from Target, and again, they'll be linked down below. If you're nursing, that's definitely what you're gonna wanna have. You're gonna wanna have pajamas that button up, or just nursing pajamas, nursing dresses, nursing tanks, because you are going to be feeding non-stop and you just want it to be easy. I did pack a going home outfit, so obviously I used that. I didn't go home naked, like, so you definitely want to have some kind of outfit to go home in. I did use my makeup case. If you guys saw my labor and delivery vlog, you guys know that I had it like on the little table in front of me, and I love that I just had like things that I needed, like my lip gloss, like my chapstick. If I felt like I was getting like oily, I was able to like kind of just fix myself up with some powder. I had my brush on the table too, because my brush kept getting tangled in the bed, and that was like the one thing that I didn't want. I didn't want for my hair to be super tangled and just like a hot mess, so I did keep a brush by my side. We also did use our chargers, so Joe brought like a ton of phone chargers for me, so I was able to have a full battery on my phone the entire time that I was there. And I did obviously use my camera that I had packed and my extra batteries and all of that because I filmed while I was there. Things that I didn't use, off the top of my head, I can tell you that the little fan that I took I didn't end up using it. I know that I wanted to have it there because I thought that if the contractions got really bad, that it would help like circulate air and that it was just gonna like help me breathe through those contractions. Thank God, thank you baby Jesus. Like my contractions were not bad at all this time around with this labor. So I didn't really end up needing that. With Riley, I also took like an essential oil roller. Like I had like all of these like fancy things that I took and I didn't end up using. With Riley also, I had like my little like labor and delivery gown that I had bought online. It was like a pretty little pink labor and delivery gown. Honestly, I'm so glad that I didn't go and buy one this time around, that I just used the one from the hospital, because it ended up getting dirty and I didn't have to worry about like whether or not I was wasting my money, whether or not I was ruining it. Like I was just able to focus on the birth, focus on obviously delivering this tiny human, and then I was recording it. So that was the other thing that I was concerned about. I was like focusing on making sure that I was recording it, because looking back on that vlog, like looking back on the birth of my 2 children, those are like the videos that I will treasure for the rest of my life. So I know that some people like look at us vloggers and they're like, oh, this is so stupid. Like they have their camera out and they're supposed to be like delivering a baby, and why do they have their hair done, or why do they do their makeup or whatever? Like, first of all, to each their own. I don't know why everybody has to be such a hater. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, but don't like hate on the people who do. But I know that for myself, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people who do that, like capturing those memories is just like that's like the best gift that I could ever give myself. Being able to look back on those 2 days and being able to look back on the day that we welcomed our kids into the world. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the best thing to go back and look at. Something else that I didn't end up using was the Freedom Mom Peri bottle. I had bought like this really nice Peri bottle. Like it's the one that like upside down, like the thing comes out and it's just easier to wash your vagina. I didn't end up using it just because they already gave me a Peri bottle there at the hospital. And at that point, I just didn't feel like reaching into my bag and getting a different one. I figured that it worked just fine. So when it came to like the stuff that they gave me there at the hospital, I really wasn't picky. At that point, I kind of just used what they gave me, except for that Earth Mama bottom spray, because again, I love that so much more than the Dermoplast. But they did give me like Tux pads, so I just used the ones that they gave me. And thankfully this time around, I didn't end up needing to use the inflatable donut that I told you guys that I packed for my butthole. I did not end up having to use it. So I am really glad that the pain in the butt area was not the same as it was with Riley's labor. I'm trying to think of like what else I didn't end up using. I know that I packed too much clothes. There was too much clothes in my bag, so don't go crazy. Again, if you're gonna be there maybe 2 or 3 days, have 2 or 3 tops. And I spent the entire day really in my pajamas, except for the day that we left, so it's not like I was changing into outfits. But again, like maybe you want pictures, or maybe you just want to be dressed when you have visitors or whatever. Just don't go crazy, because hopefully you're not going to be there a long time. I think the biggest takeaway from this time around was, first of all, that every single labor is different. So some of the things that I had packed and I had used with Riley's labor, I didn't end up using this time around. So just know that if you're a second-time mom, it could be a totally different experience, and I am planning on sitting down and kind of doing a birth story and talking about how this labor was different, so stay tuned for that. But also, like I had told you guys in my What's in My Hospital Bag video, for the most part, at least here in America, in most American hospitals, pretty much everything that you need to deliver your baby is gonna be provided there at the hospitals. I got to my laboring room and they had the labor and delivery gown and a pair of socks like there on the bed. So I was able to change into that. I didn't put on those socks, but that's really all I needed to actually labor. And then as soon as Jackson was out and he was here, then they gave me like a little bag of like things for postpartum recovery. They gave me those mesh panties, like I said. They gave me a bunch of pads for bleeding and stuff. I didn't end up packing like a whole bunch of snacks, but I did end up like having Joe go and run to the store and get me some snacks. When my mom also came to the hospital, I told her to bring me snacks too. She brought me candy and stuff. So do have a way to get some food to you, because you are gonna be hungry. You're just gonna wanna snack on things. He's getting hungry, so I'm gonna have to feed him. But the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys was about my necklace. As soon as Jackson arrived, as soon as I had finished laboring, I put it on, and it is like my favorite thing that I own. I love it so much. It has all 4 of our names on it. So it says Joe, it says Kayla, it says Riley, and it says Jackson. It's from the cutest little Etsy shop, so I will link it down below. But I wear this every single day. I don't think I've taken it off since I put it on, because it's just like one of those sentimental pieces that you never want to take off. I told you guys that we're dealing with like reflux with him, so he's like always grunting. It's hard to get him really comfortable. So I'm gonna go feed him now. If you guys have any other questions about anything having to do with my hospital bag, let me know down below. I hope that maybe was a little bit helpful, and if I missed anything, I'll let you guys know in the comments. But again, it's just hard to kind of like get my mind straight when I'm trying to do this and I have him on me and he's not a happy camper. But anyway, if you're an expecting mama and you guys are about to be going through the labor experience, I wish you the best. I hope that it is a great experience for you guys. And like I said, any questions, just let me know down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Look at that guy. Look at that sleepy guy.